this is the crazy extremes of religion. Police
And
hunt for
superstition.
healer and superstition, who hit nail into a woman's head. Oh man, when I found out she was pregnant. A manhunt is underway in Pakistan for a faith healer who allegedly hammered a nail into a pregnant woman's head. The woman arrived at a hospital in Peshawar after trying to extract the 5 centimeter, 2 inch, sorry, I nearly swore there, nail with pliers. Initially, she told doctors that she had carried out the act herself, but later admitted a faith healer who had claimed he could guarantee she gave birth to a baby boy was responsible. That's so sad. Police began investigating after X-ray images of the injury appeared online. Dr. Heather Khan, a staff member at the Lady Reading Hospital, said the woman was fully conscious but was in immense pain when she arrived seeking treatment. Staff at the hospital told the local Dawn newspaper that the woman had approached the faith healer after hearing about the practice from a neighbor. This is where it gets really bleak, yeah, and dark. They added that the woman was mother to 3 daughters and that her husband had threatened to leave her if she gave birth to another girl. She's 3 months pregnant, and because of her husband's fear, she went to the faith healer, hospital staff told Dawn. In some poorer South Asian countries, a son is often believed to offer better long-term financial security to parents than daughters do, and this gives rise to exploitative practices, often from so-called faith healers. They're relatively common in some parts of Pakistan, particularly in northwestern tribal areas. Their practices are grounded in Sufi law, sometimes described as a form of Islamic mysticism or esotericism.
There are multiple problems here, and that highlights the cultural issue in Pakistan. Number one, that shows you how much pressure women are under to produce male offsprings. That's number one, that they would go to any extreme, any lengths.
Can I just say, Horace, on that point, I have to interject, because Allah himself in the Quran says, why would you attribute daughters to me when you guys have sons? Yeah.
When you want sons for yourself.
Sons, yeah.
So misogyny is ingrained, and again, it used to happen in the West as well, where you wanted a male heir to the throne, etc. So, you women have always had the wrong end of the stick.
I know, but Queen Victoria, Queen Elizabeth, they kind of came back.
Yeah, well done.
But it was hard. I'm not gonna lie.
But it was hard, and even Romans and Greeks, women were always second-class citizens. But to say in this day and age as well,
go on, sorry.
But to say in this day and age, they're still under that pressure. You know what? So she would have agreed at one point that faith healer would nail her. He literally nailed her. He put a nail in her head, and with the belief that you're going to give birth to a baby boy. So your mother-in-law, your husband, they're all going to be happy if you did this with
your. But Horace, this is extreme for me to even read. Like, I understand the Sufi practices and the superstitious things that people would do, and the lengths they'd go when they go to these like Beer Babas and stuff in Sufism. In Sufism, basically, it's not like you have a direct relationship with God. There's a lot of intervening, almost like murshids, or almost like a mentor. And so these people hold a lot of weightage, and it's very superstitious elements attached to it. But I have never ever heard of somebody knocking a nail into a head, and how that's gonna help give birth to a baby boy. And anyway, like, how do those, like, they do things like they do other things, like they'll pray, they'll do even some black
sacrifice
magic
a goat
things. They'll
tie this thing on
things. They'll tie things, exactly,
the taviz, whatever that is.
But this just seemed, it's way too extra. And also, this poor woman, like, the sex of the child is determined from her stupid husband anyway. So he can literally do one when he thinks it's her fault that she's giving birth to daughters. It's his chromosome.
Yeah, it's but and then not on top of that. So first there's a pressure to produce a male offspring, and then the belief in superstition. Like, for one point, yes, I can understand, okay, I'm under pressure. There's misogyny, there's a separate element. And that could happen it doesn't usually, but it could happen conceptually speaking, amongst atheists as well, those who are not superstitious people, that, okay, well, I've got 5 daughters, I want 1 son. Or the other way around too, I've got 5 sons, I want 1 daughter.
That's down to you, though. That's down to the male.
No, whatever, whoever that is. I'm not blaming
Yes,
anyone. I'm
but
just
still.
saying whatever. But I'm saying, yeah, you want to turn that into a male versus female argument. It's not about that.
No, but I'm just saying that's already a ridiculous demand that the poor woman's had a nail drilled through her head.
She
and he doesn't know that
volunteered.
he's responsible for. Yeah,
My
I
point is she
understand
volunteered.
that, but it's almost like she is guilty because she's the one producing girls, but that's not the case.
I'm
That
saying it's a
isn't
double
very
whammy.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's double whammy that she was willing to get nailed for to change the outcome of what had already been cooked up inside her womb. So that's the other part of it. That's the other sad part of it. That not only there was misogyny and they didn't want a daughter, but because obviously daughters dishonor, honor, all those things. She's gonna have a boyfriend. What if she gets raped or whatever? You know, these are the views that they hold.
She voluntarily did it. It's like the
They
entire
genuinely, these are the legitimate concerns. And you know what I say, and I've seen that even in high class, middle class families as well. They meet, everyone is like, hey, congratulations, you have a daughter. But at the back of the mind, they're all thinking the same thing. Oh, one day we're gonna have to marry her. We're gonna have Prayaga. We're gonna have to send her to her to her in-laws as quickly as possible. And that's the reason why they actually do child marriages as well, because they want to get rid of her as immediately as possible.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.